Hey, and welcome back to another podcast where myself, Richie Bra, and Daniella Del Carpio, we join forces, and we've been doing this over the back end of last year now, and this is our first podcast together of 2024. So, firstly, Happy New Year to those of you that are listening. Happy New Year to Daniella as well. Daniella, how was your break and how are you getting into this year so far?
Yeah, thank you, Richie. Happy New Year to you too. And thank you guys for coming back to our podcast and being here, listening to us or watching us on YouTube. My break was really good. So I took 2 weeks. I wouldn't say 2 weeks completely off, but kind of like, 2 weeks off. We went camping. So it was my first ever experience and my first ever time going camping, which was a really good experience. Not just because we were like, traveling, visiting places and all of that, but also because it taught me so much about my nutrition, being mindful with my foods, not feeling guilty for the things that I was eating, not feeling guilty every time we went to get a takeaway and things like that. So that's something that we're going to be sharing shortly with you guys. But yeah, it was nice. We enjoy, and then New Year's was very nice and chill, nothing crazy. I feel like when you get older, like you don't really do much. Like when you're younger, you like the days that you go clubbing and all of that. But now that we're getting older, it's like yeah, something very chill, something very nice with the family. So yeah, it was nice. But how was your break?
Yeah, my break was similarly really nice. So just before Christmas, me and my partner went up to Scotland. So that was a nice break. It was freezing cold, it was wet, it was windy. But yeah, we felt prepared for it. And yeah, it was just a nice time to see my partner's family and to experience something different as well. And then yeah, Christmas down here was back with my family. That was nice and relaxed, and same with New Year's. Similarly to you, I don't really go out on New Year's anymore. The last time I went out
Yeah.
on New Year's Eve was the eve of 2018, so a long time ago, and I'm over it.
Wow. Yeah.
Because here in London, you've got similar experiences for way more money. It's so expensive to get a New Year's Eve ticket. And then you've got to deal with the fact that is public transport still running? Are Uber's going to
Mhm.
be priced double?
Mhm. Yeah.
Um, and also the recovery as well. So whether or not you choose to be someone that does drink or doesn't drink, um, the recovery is always hard because you've just like switched your clock. And quite often these nights out, they don't finish at after midnight. They go on till like 2, 3
Mhm.
in the morning. And then by the time you get home,
4 a.m. Yeah.
it's late. And then you want to eat something when you get home, it's late. So yeah,
Yeah. That
you know.
always happens.
Mm, yeah.
But tell us, like, how are you feeling now that it's 2024? Do you have like your goals ready? Do you feel excited? Do you feel like you're slowly getting back on track? Because I don't know about you, but for me, like it's taking, it's being very slow. Like it's good, but I'm not like just getting back on track like, straight away with everything. Like my training, my nutrition, like it takes time. I feel like people think it's like, yeah, boom, you get back on track and it's done. But it takes time to go back to the normal or like, yeah, the usual routine that you used to have.
Agreed. Definitely. I wouldn't say that it's something you can just snap back into. I think that's quite unrealistic, especially if we think about seasons and we've just come out of this. For me, anyway, it's winter. We've come out of this season where, yes, it's cold, people are indoors more, there's a lot more relaxed, there's more food, there's lots more celebrations going on. It's very hard to snap back into your reality. Not everybody has gone back to work as well, Daniela. So
Mm. Yeah.
our, when we think about good habits and routines and stuff, a lot of the time we think about Mondays. And I know it's not always good to kind of look at a Monday being a reset, but it does feel slightly
Mhm.
weird with Tuesday being the first day back because you don't feel like you really get to experience a full week. So I've been telling my clients this as well, and also telling myself, this is the warm up. This is where we're going to get back into
Mm.
habits. We're not going to stress over the small things. And Monday is when we really get to hit it hard again. How do you feel about that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel exactly the same. It's yeah, because what day is today? I don't even know what day is today. Let me just quickly check the calendar. But yeah, today is the 4th of January. So yeah, Monday was the 1st of January.
Oh,
Like I
different
said, like we were
view.
camping. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah. For me,
And
it's
then
Tuesday. Well, it
yeah.
was Tuesday for first. Yeah, I forget that
Oh,
about
you for you, yeah, yeah,
different.
yeah. It's always confusing, like the time zone and everything. Yeah, because I'm in New Zealand, guys, and then Richard is in the UK. That's why the time difference. Um, but yeah, it's a challenge. Yeah, I wouldn't say challenging, but it's just hard getting back on track with everything. Because, like I said, we were camping for 2 weeks, so when you go camping, my routine was completely different. My meal plan was completely different. My training was completely different because we had to change for the user training. Like everything, I wasn't working as much. I wasn't doing the things that I'm doing, that I'm actually used to do, the supply flying around. And yeah, it's now like slowly getting back on track. I'm feeling a little bit lazy, I'm not gonna lie. Like getting up, early, getting my training done, then coming home, doing my work, sitting behind my computer. There's no more going for a walk, no more going to the beach, no more, doing the things that we were doing. So yeah, I think like I said, this week it has been my warm up. It's slowly getting back on track. I know next week is gonna get better, but I also know maybe next week is not gonna be 100%, and that's okay because it's only week 2 of this year, like 2024. You don't have to be on track with everything 100%. Like yes, it's a new year. You have your new year resolutions. You have the goals that you want to reach, but you also have 1 year to reach those goals. It's not just the first month of the year that you have to get everything done. So just take it slow and get slowly back on track. But before we talk about exactly the routine, I want to ask you something about nutrition because that's a really good topic that I'm sure people will be wondering, asking. Like, how was when you were away? How was your holiday period? Like, were you on track with everything? Were you sticking to your calories? Were you tracking what you were eating? Like, what were you doing?
No, a big fat no. But I was being mindful. Let's put it that way. And it's the same thing that I taught my clients to approach the season, December, mindfully. So always looking at things when we look at things and we reflect on how we do each year, not being restrictive. So it could be that for some people that have been maybe tackling the back end of the year in a deficit, in a calorie deficit, because they've got some goals to reach. They're looking to either drop fat, drop weight, whatever it is, or tone up. They have been tracking. And when you're coming into this season, I think it's important to understand that this is the time for family, it's a time for rest, it's a time to
Mm-hmm.
approach things differently, but it's not a time where you kind of think maybe years previous you would have gorged and gone and eaten everything in sight. It's not like a cheat season in that sense. Attacking the season mindfully. So yes, nutrition's very important, but movement as well, making sure that you don't slip on that. At the end of the day, you've said that this is a warm-up week, right? What makes it
Mm-hmm.
harder is if you haven't held on to any habits. And so thinking about those habits throughout that season was really important for myself and for my clients. And it's even just simply thinking simple, simple things like, ensuring that you're keeping up with your water intake, keeping your steps up, making sure that their protein exists in your diet, very small things like that. So even though it's not tracking per se, there were things that we did differently and that my clients did differently than they may have done
Mm-hmm.
in years before. So I think, yeah. How about for yourself?
Yeah, I think for me, yeah, I was not tracking anything. I was just eating, I was just enjoying. But one of my biggest struggle was my water intake was really, really challenging because we were traveling a lot. We had water bottles in the car, but we just couldn't find bathrooms everywhere we went. So we had to be very mindful with how much water we were drinking. And I also didn't feel really thirsty at all. Like even though it's summertime here in New Zealand, I don't know why. Maybe too much traveling. It just, I don't know. The water didn't taste too good to me. I just didn't feel that thirsty. So I was not really forcing myself. And I was also struggling with my protein intake. It was really hard we didn't take the protein powder, but it was really hard to, have protein in every single meal. Even though I tried, I can tell you it was not 100% there. Maybe daily I was having roughly, I don't know, I will say, I know this is so bad, but maybe like 20, 30 grams a day of protein, maybe 30
No.
grams. And it's very low, or
Ow.
maybe a little bit more. I wasn't tracking, but I honestly, we were just not
You
having enough
know,
protein.
could be the same for me. Honestly, I tried, but
Yeah.
I was away from home.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying, exactly. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's roughly, I don't know, like I was not calculating. I'm just guessing. It's like a random guess, maybe 30, 40 grams, maybe more. I don't know. Who knows? But it was very, very low. But it's just okay because like it was only 2 weeks. It was only 2 weeks enjoying that time away, enjoying those foods. Like I was not even thinking like, oh my gosh, if I eat this, am I gonna gain weight? If I eat this, am I gonna put in too much body fat? And that's exactly what we told you guys last year if you've been listening to our podcast. The main thing that we told you is just be mindful with what you're doing. Just be mindful with your portion sizes. Like you don't have to go too crazy just because food is there. You don't have to eat everything. And I think being mindful, obviously, whatever we'll tell you guys, we do the same tips. We apply the same tips for ourselves. I was just being mindful with my portions. I wasn't overeating. I wasn't going too crazy. And I was enjoying and I was feeling good. I was feeling good. And now that I'm back on track, I feel great. And like my body hasn't changed that much. Like I have not gone back to square one. My body doesn't look like, oh my gosh, I gained 20 kgs. You know, it's only 2 weeks of you enjoying. And I'm sure it's the same for you, Rachel. Like I'm sure your body looks exactly the same. I'm sure you haven't packed on 10 kgs of body fat. I'm sure that you're just looking and feeling great. And it's that little break, I want you guys to stop thinking about that break being a setback for your fitness journey. It was more like maybe like a mental break. Sometimes something that we need to spend that, not just to spend that time with your family, with your loved ones, but also to help you come back more energized, help you come back more motivated. Because I feel like the end of the year for most people, you always feel very stressful. You always feel very low in energy because you're like, oh, it's the end of the year. I just can't wait for this year to be over. And now that it's a new year, now that you enjoy everything, you come back more energized, you come back more motivated. And that's like a little push that we need. And that's what we need, that little break, because we cannot be going on and on and on 365 days a year. We're not perfect, we're human. So it's not a setback. But tell us more about your training now. Now
Yeah.
that we know about the nutrition, like how was your training? Like, were you training consistently? What did you change your training?
Do you know, I would say that obviously going to Scotland, we traveled by plane. We used public transport. We walked a lot. So actually my step count was really high, a lot higher than when I'm working. When I'm working, I it's a challenge. I have to make time for it. But during the
Mm-hmm.
break, it was actually quite easy to just make it happen. And I was getting really like 15 to 20k steps a day very very easily. And like for example, today I'm back on track, but I do have to mindfully think again. I've got to make sure I've got my breaks where I do get out for a walk. And this is the difference for when you're working, when you are off as well. If you are off, and it is the holiday season, you can create some more opportunities for getting your step count up. We actually really enjoy going to the gym and trying out new gyms when we travel. So I know that was very different for you because you were camping. But yeah, we still went to the gym and we may not have hit it as hard as we normally did, but it was for us, it was like filling in the space or filling in the gap over the day. It was like, should we just like go to the gym? Nothing was really planned, but it was
Mm-hmm.
like, let's go to the gym. And that's one thing that I said to my clients, like, if you are engaged in there's lots of family events going on, there's things, dinners and stuff to do. Don't go in with the mindset that you have to train. Go in with the mindset that you can train if you've got the time and you want to. I have to. It's, hey, I can. I've got the time. I'm going to go and do it. But again, things are different, right? And it's just a season. It's just a couple of weeks, as you've said. It's not forever. And
Mm-hmm.
you know, the consistency of what we do in, day out over the other 11 months are going to count more than what happens in December, really.
Exactly. Focus on consistency, not perfection, because we are humans. We're not perfect. Being consistent makes a huge difference long term. Don't just think about the short term results, but always think about the big picture, the long term, everything that's going to happen in the future. With me, my training, yeah, it was not because I usually train 5 times a week, do my weight training plus my cardio. But because we were camping, not every single city or town that we went to had a gym, so we couldn't train 5 times a week. So we reduced the training to 2 or 3 times a week only, and that was fine. We were walking a lot every single day, but we were also driving a lot. So it was, I wouldn't say that I was hitting my 10, I don't even know how many steps, but I was doing more steps than usual when I'm working, because when I'm working, I'm sitting down all the time. I was doing more steps, 100% yes, but we were also driving quite a lot. So it was like, yes, we were doing more steps, but it wasn't like, oh my gosh, amazing, like so many steps. And I'm okay with that. Like, I'm okay with that because we really enjoyed that time. Like, I didn't feel like, oh my gosh, I'm missing out on my training sessions. I need to make up for the sessions when I come back next week. I need to train harder or train more when I come back. I'm gonna train 6 times a week instead of my usual 5. Like, it's not like that. Like, don't feel like you need to punish yourself just because you miss out on 3 training sessions in the past 2 weeks or 5, or even all your training sessions in the past few weeks. Like, it's fine. Like, your body's not going to go back to square one just because you didn't train those weeks or those days. Come back slowly. And when you do come back, don't go straight to lift the weights that you were lifting before, because maybe your body's feeling a little bit weaker than usual. Maybe not, or maybe yes, I don't know. It's different person. Everyone's different. So just see how your body's feeling, do a really good warm up, and then slowly lift those weights. And by slowly, I mean like don't go too heavy too soon. Listen to your body and don't injure yourself. It's only the first week of January. The last thing that you want is to go to the gym, be too excited, lift 100 kgs, and then you're like, shit, I just injured my lower back. Now I have to stop training for 3 months or 4 months. Like, don't do that to yourself. Always listen to your body and get back to your training slowly, slowly, slowly. But are you now back with your training, Ritu, like with your training, with your nutrition, and with everything?
Not 100%. I'm getting there. So I mean, wow, I've been hitting my 10K plus steps a day. So yes, my walking game's back up. Gym is back up, but like I tell you what I've really experienced. I don't know if you've felt the same, or those of you that are listening have felt the same. My sleep is hard. It's been quite difficult to sleep and to get restful full sleep, because obviously my schedule has changed. Where I may have been
Mm-hmm.
having longer lie-ins, going to bed late previously, well, I've got a schedule that I need to get back into for work. So it's not like I can just like casually roll out of bed and that's fine. I have things in the diary. I've got appointments, I've got meetings, I've got sessions. There's so many things going on as you get back into work that yeah, my sleep's been affected. So even right now, like we'll do this podcast and I've got to have another meal and then it's like time to hit the sack. But
Yeah.
yeah, my sleep's definitely affected. But training, yeah, I've been back in the gym, but not being again for me, although I've been quite consistent-ish. Again, I haven't really been tracking numbers and stuff. Um, with when it comes to lifting my weights and stuff, yeah, I've just been going in and doing what feels good. And because I had quite poor
Mm-hmm.
sleep, I didn't lift like crazy heavy today, and um I would listen to my body, you know, and
Mm-hmm.
that's the advice that I give anyone. Like if you're getting back into things, and you know, sleep is massively important to helping you yeah, just have that sense of body awareness back in, you know. Unfortunately, when people have
Mm-hmm.
injuries, it's because they've had inadequate rest, inadequate sleep. It affects your, you know, your brain in terms of, you know, your ability to kind of um understand where you are in space and time as well. You're more likely to trip up over equipment, you're more likely to do like make silly mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
You might also not be in tune with your body when you haven't had sleep, so you may lift
Yeah.
heavy and move or put something wrong, like, you know, you're not going to be 100%. So yeah, it's just easing. Again, like you, I've been saying this to my partner actually as well, who's also a PT. It's like the
Mm-hmm.
warm-up week. Everything is
Yeah.
just practice this week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's just a warm up. And I think with me, yeah, with my training, I'm fine. I feel like, yeah, with training, I'm not struggling too much. I'm not lifting too heavy though, but I'm just like slowly getting back on track. My sleep hasn't been affected too much just because when we were camping, we had to go to bed early and also wake up early to make sure we can travel to a different city and then, make the most out of the 2 weeks. So my sleep hasn't been affected, but I will say my nutrition has been affected because before, when I was 2 weeks ago, I was just eating whatever I wanted to eat. Not whatever, but being mindful, but I wasn't really following anything. I wasn't really, following my meal plan, following my portion sizes. If I wanted to have some nuts, I will have them. If I wanted to have some dried mango, which is something that I love, I will have it. But now I'm getting back on track to my meal plan, weighing my food. And sometimes I still have those cravings of I want to have some dried mango. I want to have some nuts. So I just go there, I get a little bit, I don't go crazy and get the whole thing, but maybe have one bite, a few nuts, a few dried mangoes, which are so delicious, and just have them. So I wouldn't say I'm 100% back on track with my meal plan, but I'm slowly getting back into it. Slowly drinking more water, like forcing myself. I feel like I'm still not thirsty 100%. So I'm really forcing myself to drink more water, which is weird because it's summertime and it's so hot here. I should be getting more thirsty, but I don't know. Something has changed inside my body. I'm just not feeling it. I don't want to drink it. And I don't want to force myself. Like sometimes I feel like people feel like yes, you need to drink more water, but also you don't want to be forcing yourself, because I feel like for me personally, when I force myself and drink too much water, I feel bloated and I feel like, ugh, I don't like this feeling. So it's like, make it fun. Maybe get some like sugar-free Gatorade, sugar-free Powerade, which is or kombucha, just something to make it taste a little bit bitter and get a little bit more fluids into your body, but don't force anything. Just like you say, warm up week. Even if it's this week and next week, don't rush anything. Get back on track slowly, slowly, slowly. And something else I wanted to ask you. My face is getting so oily. Have you set your goals for this year, 2024?
Yes, I have actually. Um, so I have been working on some mini goals, and you could say they have been to do with my business as well.
Mm-hmm.
So my business, the Girl Boss Method, we need a bit of a refresh. So I have a photo shoot planned at the beginning.
Nice.
Well, very, very soon, in 8 weeks' time, actually, Daniela.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not going to be like 100% where I want to be by that time, but it's almost like a mini goal because I'm then doing another shoot 8 weeks after then. So I've got like this 8 week period and then 8 weeks. So one, I'll be wearing more clothes. One, I may not be. Depends, right?
Yeah.
Depends where we're taking it. But yeah, so the one in 16 weeks is actually with, our mentorship really. So it's with a bunch of other personal trainers.
Mm-hmm.
That's really, again, it's just a great target. It's good fun. Again, we'll get some great pictures out of it, but it's almost like team building as well in itself. And
Mm-hmm.
then there's a third shoot, which I'll be present for, but it's not really my goal. It's going to be for my client's goal. So we're actually doing a group photo shoot together. And so that will be coming
Nice.
in May. So there's been these like small mini goals. In March, Daniela, I turn 40. So by then, again, that's like another reason why I'm like heading in and deciding to kind of do some shoots and stuff, because I think that would be quite fun.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of to make the moment memorable for me, to get some great content and stuff. And yeah, I have some non aesthetic goals as well. So my pull-up game, I've been working on it. And so by then I want to be able to achieve like 5 really good quality pull-ups. So not like bang,
Nice.
bang, bang. I want some really nice, good, clean pull-ups there. So that's my physical goal, if you say, my strength goal. And that's it
Mm-hmm.
really. And how about for yourself?
Can I just say, like, it's crazy to me that you're gonna turn 40. Like, I still can't believe that you're 40 years old.
I'm 39.
No,
which
like in my mind, it just feels like, yeah. But in my mind, it just feels like you're my age, like 28. 28, like, 29. But it just doesn't feel
oh
like yeah, that you're your age. It's just crazy.
yeah. Don't ever
It's
grow up,
crazy.
Daniela.
And
Don't
I
ever
feel,
grow up.
no, I don't want to. But I feel like this is something that fitness helps you with. Like the more you train, the more you look after yourself, your body will be grateful for that. And when you get to your age, 39, That's why you don't look your age, because yes, one, it can be your genes, maybe you have amazing genes, but also I think it's because you're looking after yourself. You're looking after your body, you're looking after your mind, like you're looking after everything. And I feel like that makes a huge difference. You don't drink, you don't smoke, you don't do drugs. And that's why your skin looks so beautiful. That's why you look so young. And that's just a reminder for you guys. Like the younger you look after yourself, the more grateful you're going to be when you are 40, when you're 50, when you're 60, when you're 80. Like even my mom, she doesn't drink at all. She doesn't smoke at all. And if you look at her, she's 60. How old is she now? 65, I think, or 64. She doesn't look that old for her age. And it's because she, when she was younger, like even now, she looks after herself. Like she doesn't drink, she doesn't smoke. She goes for her walks. She eats good. I wouldn't say amazing, but she eats good. Like she's not eating like takeaways and like processed food all the time. So yeah, look, that's a good takeaway for you guys. Look after yourself. It's never too late, but start looking after yourself. But going back to the topic, with me and my goals, yeah, I do have my goals for this year. I have my personal goals, my aesthetic, well, my gym goals, and also goals for the business. I think that's gonna be, and that's something I told you. I think it's gonna be an amazing year for us business wise. I think we're gonna be helping more women to reach the fitness goals. I know that this year is gonna be amazing, and the reason why I know this is because we have been so patient last year, working so hard every single month, and I think we already have that built in us. Like it's just gonna take time. It's gonna, it's just you doing the work, doing the things, the boring things every single day, just being consistent with your job. Something that will tell you guys with your fitness journey, like you just have to be consistent. Do the boring things every single day. Do the meal plan every single day. Do your training. Do the thing, your water, everything. Those boring things is what's gonna help you grow. What's gonna help you get the results that you want. So yeah, I do have my goals, which I want to keep them personal. My business goals, keep them personal, but it is gonna be a big year for us. And yeah, I think physical, just keep growing, keep growing. I want to get bigger, keep growing, keep getting stronger with my squats, my heavy lifts, and just be more positive. I think that's something I told myself. Like, I want to be more positive this year. I want to make sure that every time, my mind, I've been getting too many negative thoughts. I want to change that. Try to stay positive. I know it won't be perfect all the time, but if I can try, that's gonna be better. And also work more on my emotions, like my anxiety. Whenever I feel stressed, whenever I feel worried about something, making sure that I don't let myself get too anxious or get too overwhelmed or get too stressed, because running your own business, we feel very anxious all the time. We feel very overwhelmed all the time. We feel that stress all the time. And it can get too much sometimes, but just reminding myself, like, everything is going to be okay. Like, just breathe. Everything will be fine. Just trust the process. Keep doing the work. So I think those are my main focus as well. Controlling my emotions and trying to be more positive throughout the year and every single day, which is hard, but we have to make it happen, guys. Like if you don't try, how are you going to change something? You just have to give it a go, and you just have to keep trying, keep trying, keep trying. We have this whole year to achieve the goals. We're only just getting started with 2024. So we have literally plenty of time, like plenty of time to make everything happen. So just take it one day at a time and just keep doing the work every single day. If today you were not successful, forget about it and focus on tomorrow. Yeah. Do what you can, try your best. As long as you keep trying, I feel like that's what matters the most, because the day that you give up, the day that you tell yourself, I cannot do this anymore, I want to stop with this, I want to try something else, whatever, blah, blah, you're simply going to give up on yourself, and then nothing's going to happen. And then one day you're going to look back and be like, oh, I wish I didn't stop. I wish I got started earlier. I wish I didn't do this to myself. I will be doing much better now if I didn't stop that day. So don't wait for that to happen. Keep doing the work every single day.
Yes.
So yeah, those are my goals.
No, I love that, Daniela. Thank you so much. I feel like you opened up into some vulnerability there. And similarly, I would say I feel you on those, as you've said, the anxiety and the how we manage stress. But yeah, staying consistent, being patient as well. And guys, like for everyone listening, it's all about like the mindset. Like the mind is like your most powerful muscle, really, in itself. There's practice that needs to happen. There's, self affirmations, there's patience, there's trusting the process. And the same thing happens when it comes to your fitness goals as well, is trusting the process. You have us to help guide you. We've been there, we've done the thing. This is what we are qualified in, we're professionals in. And yeah, so we're just sharing our expertise, but we're also joining you on that journey. And even for Daniella and I as well, we also have people that we look up to. We have a like, support one another as well, but we also have other people that we're part of a community. And I think this is the sort of thing that, you know, investing in yourself, whether that's, you know, your business, your fitness, your mindset, your lifestyle, whatever it is, I just think it's so important because you really need to like value yourselves, and you need to look at ways to kind of reach that growth. And you know, if you carry on doing the same thing, if you don't make any changes, nothing changes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And yeah, that's a good point you mentioned. Like, invest in yourself. And we're gonna keep telling you this, guys, all the time. Invest in yourself. Like, investing in a coach, someone that can help you reach your goals, is gonna be much, much better. Something that I've noticed lately when I talk to people, they always tell me, I know what I'm doing. Okay, you know what you're doing, amazing, but have you reached your goals? Not really, like, it's getting slowly, blah blah. I feel like sometimes I feel like it's that ego, like we feel like we know everything, we know it all, but you're not really reaching your goals. If you want to be successful, you have to be hungry, and you have to accept that we don't know it all, and you have to accept the help from someone else that has a little bit more knowledge than you. There's no one person in this planet that knows it all, because no one is perfect, we're always learning. But I think investing in that person that has a little bit more knowledge than you, that person that can keep you accountable, a coach, that person that can give you the support that you need when you need it, it's going to make a huge difference. Even if you think you know it all, obviously, if you are know where you are right now, then something needs to change, right? Something needs to be done differently. Otherwise, you're going to keep getting stuck, or you're going to keep feeling stuck, and you're never going to be able to reach those goals. So drop the ego, please. Let's make 2024 a year where that ego is going to be down here and not up here. Having that ego is just, I don't know. I know it's normal for us humans to have that, but it's not going to take you anywhere. Trust me. I'm telling you this from my own personal experience. It's simply not going to take you anywhere. Accept that help. Having resources is amazing, because it helps you grow. It helps you learn so much, and it helps you be just, yeah, I wouldn't say smarter, but it just helps you make better choices, and it helps you get on the right direction to help you reach those goals. So invest, reach out, guys. If you need help with your fitness journey, reach out to Richu on Instagram, reach out to me. We're here to help. Even if it's not us, reach out to someone else that you like, or someone that you can relate to, but get that help. Stop saying that you're going to do something and then set the New Year's resolution and then make nothing happen. Like, don't do that to yourself. Remember that you are only getting older, you're not getting younger. So do something about it ASAP.
Exactly. Don't live in the regret. Daniella, it's been,
Mm-hmm.
thank you so much again for your wonderful, humbling words as well. You know, just keeping it real. I love that. And yeah, for those of you listening, you know, if you want a better life, a better outlook, you've got to look at a growth mindset as well. We don't
Mm-hmm.
win alone, we win as a team. So feed off other great, amazing human beings as well. Become part of a community, make amazing stuff happen. Surround yourself with positive people, and yeah, and goals are great. Goals and targets, and you know, having dates in mind, and knowing what you want to achieve, that's what's going to take you further. Getting used to being uncomfortable as well. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
so in today's society we can get so used to being and creating comfort, and then
Mm-hmm.
create
Yeah.
that comfort. We never really push our boundaries, and I think boundaries are what make, you know, and pushing those and pushing ourselves, they make life a bit more exciting. It's good to feel challenged. I know that's not for everyone, but I feel like it really should be. You know,
Mm-hmm.
people give up too soon sometimes, and they think they're old before they really are. Like, talk to me when you're 90 and tell me that you're old. That's fine. But even then, there are 90-year olds out there crushing life. So,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And don't just write goals. Like you say, goals are amazing, but goals are not going to take you anywhere if you're not taking the action. So take the action. do something with those goals. If you have them in your room, which is something that I like to have, have your goals in your room so you can visually see them every single day, every single morning, every single night. But also take the action and stop telling yourself, yeah, I want to do this, blah, 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 blah. And then nothing happens. Write the goals down, be very specific, break them down so it's easier for you to follow whatever you have to do. And also start taking action. If you don't do it now, you're simply never going to do it. So I think the biggest tip will be write the goals, take the action, invest in someone that can help you, trust yourself, believe in yourself, and be patient, because patience is going to take you places. Being impatient is not going to take you anywhere, guys. But yeah, I think that's pretty much everything for today. Is there anything else you want to add, Richu?
No, I think that's all. I look forward to, yeah, just having an amazing 2024. And Daniela, I'm so grateful that we are still doing this. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so I don't know how many episodes we've done together. If anyone is listening and wants to like count us, let us know. But with that being said, we'll see you here next time. You can find Daniela on Instagram to send her a message, Daniella Del Carpio. Send me a message, Richu Bra. We'll also leave the at symbols in the
Mm-hmm.
credits, if you like. Is that what we call it? The credit or the information for this podcast?
Yeah, description. Yeah.
Yeah, excellent.
Yeah.
See you here next time and have an amazing start to 2024.